Hi, welcome to the No Sugar Challenge. So, this month, I would love for you to take a no sugar challenge. Now, I know sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, a whole month without sugar, that's like not something that I can do right now. So, what I am doing is doing every day, I do no sugar. I give myself a monetary value. Because this month is my birthday month, I'm giving myself $10 every time I don't eat sugar for a whole day. And then at the end of the month, then do something awesome for yourself. So something like you normally don't do. So maybe it's a massage, maybe it's a pedicure, maybe it's taking a girlfriend out to lunch and treating, something fun like that. So the reason why it's important to take these no sugar challenges is a lot of times we can have like the slippery slope into a sugar addiction. So say if it's like Halloween, we start like, oh, I'll just have a couple pieces of candy. Then the candy lingers around the house. By the way, throw it out. And then all of a sudden we're sliding our way into Thanksgiving where we start thinking about apple pie and pumpkin pie and all that good stuff. And then we go into the holidays just feeling lethargic, lack of energy, gaining weight. And then January, you're like, Nikki, I need help. So let's try not to do that. Let's reverse that action as much as possible and think about how we can kick the sugar addiction, how we can eat more whole foods, veggies, fruits, sweet potatoes, all the yummy stuff, and start pushing out that sea of sugar and flour that our society we're just inundated with it. Like everywhere we go, we used to eat about 22 teaspoons of sugar a year. We'd have to crawl up a tree and fight honeybees to get honey. So you just didn't eat that much sugar. Now, on the average, one person eats about 152 pounds of sugar a year. So you can see that, okay, that's where we're having metabolic issues. That's why over 80% of Americans have poor metabolic health. That's why we have all of these autoimmune diseases and excess visceral fat that we're like, why can't I lose weight? I'm not out there eating a Snickers bar or eating donuts for breakfast. But what happens is our food society sneaks all of that in. So just take a second after this video and go into your cupboards and look, what is your spaghetti sauce? How many added grams of sugar does your spaghetti sauce have in it? What is like that Starbucks latte can tend to have the same amount of sugar as two sodas, dressing on our salads, OJ, drinking a big glass of orange juice. All of these things are ingested in our body like sugar straight into our blood system, and it causes these huge blood sugar spikes and then poor metabolic health, which leads to inflammation, autoimmune diseases, cancer, all that kind of thing. So they like a quote says the dose is the poison. So it's not the Thanksgiving or your birthday when you have that piece of pie. Like it's nothing should be like demonized, but the dose is the poison. So if every day we're having all of these just normal foods, a croissant, a bagel, cereal and OJ for breakfast, bread, all of these things are metabolized as sugar. So your dose is higher than it should be on a day-to-day basis. So then when you do have that whatever piece of cake for your birthday, or you go into Thanksgiving and you have more sweets than you're used to, you metabolically cannot digest or assimilate those sugars. And that's where we have issues. So just writing that down, like the dose is the poison. So if we can, more often than not, 80% of the time, most days, not eat sugar, then we will slowly but surely have a better insulin resistance to different sugars. And then because sometimes every one of us are different, we all have different everything, like our anatomy is different, our biology is different, and we assimilate things differently. So if you have really good metabolic health, then a banana is not going to shoot your blood glucose up, or you know whatever those like high, like sweet potato or things like that. But if you have poor metabolic health, and then some of those things can really negatively affect your health. So just remembering as much as possible, kicking out the sugar and adding in whole plant-based foods as much as we can. And then when you are cooking, like, so say like for me, like if I'm making like Thai food, I'll put like coconut sugar, not a ton of it, but coconut sugar into my food. Monk fruit is also good in like a smaller portion, but any of like the other like high fructose corn syrup, absolutely not. I do my very best never ever to eat that. And when you're thinking about like all of like the artificial sweeteners, they've been known to cause cancer and also make us gain weight. So if you're thinking about like aspartame, NutraSweet, all of those things, garbage. So as much as possible, think about replacing processed foods with whole foods. So if you're looking at an orange compared to orange juice, if you're looking at avocado compared to like salad dressing. So as much as we can, swap out the processed food for the whole food. And then really remembering that they're also like little hacks, little health hacks that you can do to slow down the absorption of sugar. So if you're thinking about like how and when, okay, I want dessert. It's my birthday, it's Thanksgiving, it's whatever, Christmas, or it's 4th of July, doesn't matter. I'm going to have something sweet. Try never to eat dessert on an empty stomach because that causes havoc. You'll see a huge blood glucose shoot up and it causes you a lot of metabolic health. So think, eat your veggies always first. So that fiber slows down the digestion of the sugars. Eat your protein second and eat your carbohydrates and that dessert last. So as much as possible, think veggies, protein, carbohydrates, and then that will help you with those blood sugar races and dips and all that good stuff. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. Just to recap, inviting you to the November No Sugar Challenge. Every day you have no sugar. Give yourself I'm going to give myself $10 because it's my birthday month. So I'm going to give myself $10 every day. Then at the end of the month or whenever you want, go do something special for yourself. Remembering that if you have excess fat around your organs, so it's not really the subcutaneous fat, but it's the fat around your organs, that visceral fat, a lot of that comes from excess and added sugar in the sneaky ways that you're not looking at it. So eat real food. The dose is the poison. So it's not that you can never have sugars or sweets or whatever pancakes, but it's just once every 6 months. It's not all the time. It's not your birthday every day. So when we think about like when we can have those treats, think about like on your birthday or in special holidays, and then it will help you in a way of like you'll be in really good metabolic health and you won't have to worry about it. Okay, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know if you're going to do the No Sugar Challenge, and I will see you soon. Bye.